All right, so we're gonna do lots of core today. We're gonna be working a lot of plank stuff. And so as always, if you need any tips on modifications, just let me know. You can put in the chat and I'll always show some different modifications as well. And yeah, you guys ready to get started? Feeling good? Okay, awesome, let's do it. We're actually gonna start in child's pose. And so the child's pose can be whatever's more comfortable for you. Your knees can be together like this, nice and close. And you can start with your hands behind you. This will open up your upper back a little bit more if you want. Or you can have your knees wide and your hands in front, and this will open up your low back a little bit more. So kind of see where you need a little extra love today. I'm gonna open up my upper back. So I'm gonna lay with my knees close together and my shoulders falling over. And so just start by taking some really deep breaths and let it go. Just kind of let the week go, let the stresses of the week go, big inhales, and then big exhales. So whether you're trying to release the upper back, breathe into the upper back and release, or maybe you need a little bit of extra love in the low back, so breathe in and exhale. Three more. All right, everybody, and then just come onto all fours. And just give your shoulders a nice roll back and really stabilize in the shoulder girdle. So we're pressing out of the shoulder girdle. We're not going to sink. And then go ahead and loose the right leg. Bring the right leg behind you. And first, just make sure you're balancing so we're not tipping. A lot of times we end up tipping when we do this. So just make sure that the hips are parallel and square to the mat. And then after you really brace the core, pull the belly button in tight, knit the ribs, lose the left arm, and see if anything shifted. Some of us might automatically shift more into the left hip or into your right arm. So see if you kept your neutral pelvic position when you lose the arm. Remember to keep the shoulders driving down. You should feel your lats engaged to support in the upper back. Good, hold it for 3, 2, where's the belly button? It's pulling in really tight, and 1, good. And now drop, kind of resettle. So give the shoulders a nice big roll, press out of the shoulder girdle, and then let's lose our left leg. And first find your stabilization, rolling the shoulders back. There's slight external rotation in the shoulders. And then without shifting anything in the lower body, lose the right arm and reach. Again, driving the shoulders down, make sure they're away from the ears, engaging the lats. Belly button really tight. Good, everyone. Really pulling the belly button in tight, getting the core ready and fired up. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, bring it down. All right, give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. And so now we're going to be working through some cat-cow. So we drop into our cow, so really let the belly drop, lift the head up a little bit, and then exhale as you tuck the tailbone first. And think about the articulation of the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then inhale as you start with the upper spine, as you start to lift the head and lift the tailbone. Again, really trying to get the articulation of one vertebrae at a time. It's kind of like you're laying down the train tracks, but you're actually like laying them down as you arch and go up. Good, everybody. Nice and slow. One more, wherever you're at. Okay, so we're gonna start right away with firing up the core. So lose the right leg, lose the left arm, and we're gonna be bringing our knee to our nose. Ready? So really reach long, and then exhale, pull the elbow in, pull the knee to the nose, really pull up, and then inhale, reach. Exhale as you drive the navel in, and really tuck into this ball by using your core. Inhale. Exhale, pull the knee to the nose, elbow in. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, last one. Everybody pull your knee up into your chest. Hold, hold, hold. Pull it up higher, higher, higher. 2 and 1. Awesome. All right, sit back to let the upper body relax for a second. Make sure to pull your toes. So this is to reset the arches in your toes. So pull your toes out nice and wide. Really, really make sure to get the pinky guy out. He always gets ignored. So get the pinky guy going. And then once we sit here, remember, push forward. So you drag your knees forward, and you'll see how this really opens up the arches of the feet. Nice stretch for the toes, really good stretch for our arches. Especially since a bunch of us are probably out playing outside a lot lately and running, maybe some hiking. Okay, now let's go back to all fours and do the other side. So now we'll lose our left leg and the right arm. So first find your balance, really lengthen, inhale, and then exhale as you pull knee to nose, elbow comes in. So this is really active, you guys, really when you lengthen. Now when you exhale, same articulation, really pull the belly button in to tuck the tailbone, lift the knee up into the chest to activate the core. Inhale, and then exhale, pull the knee up, 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 up. So it's not just sweeping at the bottom of the mat, you're really pulling the knee into the chest. Exhale. Good, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, hold it, hold it, hold it. Get the knee up. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Roll the shoulders again. Get the toes out of the way. Tuck. One more time. Arch, stretch. Good. So pushing the weight forward. You cramp. Spider web. There's a spider line going by. Look out. All right, he'll go on you, Mom. Okay, everybody. So roll the shoulders, and now we're going to get ready to go into our downward dog. But first, we're going to come onto all fours like this. Roll the shoulders back. Now, everybody, tuck your toes and then hover the knees about 3 inches off the mat. Really use the core for this. Pull the belly tight. Push out of the shoulder girdle. Suck it in. Suck it in. 3, 2, and then as you exhale, push back down dog. Just kind of wiggle it out, see where you need to be here, kind of walk your dog. Take my jacket off. Keep walking. Really pedal the feet. Good. And then just hold the down dog still. Feel the stretch and start to take some deep breaths. Good, everybody. All right, let's take the right leg up. First, find this stretch. Really stretch in the three-legged dog. And then drop the heel, open the hip. Feel a nice big stretch, opening in the hip. And kind of give your knee a stir so that we get the hips ready. Stir, stir, stir. All right, and then we're going to sweep it through, but we're going to pause on the way through. So come back to three-legged dog. Now bring the knee to the nose, hold, knee up, 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 way up high, just like we were doing. And then exhale, step it all the way through. Good. Drop the back knee. We're going to work into some low back stretch and some hip flexor here. So roll the shoulders back and really kind of lead with the crown of the head. Rolling the shoulders back, finding length from the crown to the tailbone. You should feel a nice deep stretch in your left hip flexor. Breathe. All right, and then tuck your toes in the back leg if they're not already, and then come into a full runner's lunge here. Nice, everybody. And then place your left palm really flat as we just open into a gentle twist. Don't go too much yet because we have it. This is our first twist. Breathe. Good, and then bring both hands down. Awesome, and then push the right leg back. Three-legged dog. Open up the hip again, stir. Nice, now bring the right leg to meet the left, and then just kind of give yourself a little pedal. See if you notice the difference between the left and the right side. And then we'll try the left side. Bring the left leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. Breathe here first. And then drop the heel, open up, give the hip a little stir. Nice, now reach it back into a three-legged dog, and then remember we're gonna stop, knee to nose, really pulling the belly tight as we step through. So exhale, knee to nose, lift, 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 everybody, lift the chest, really lift the knee into the chest, breathe, breathe. And then step it all the way through and drop the back knee. Good, now make this as wide and as long as you need so that you really feel this stretch on the right hip flexor. Just gonna stay here for a couple breaths. You can kind of move a little bit like I am, like just kind of shifting your weight forward and back a little bit. Notice where you feel it being the most tight and maybe the most sticky, and then pausing there to let that release. Okay, good job. Then go ahead and bring yourself all the way up into your runner's lunge. So tuck the toes, come into full runner's lunge. Plant the right palm down, and then gently open into your twist. Breathe. Give the kidneys some love here. Good, bring that hand back down, and then step the left leg back. Bring it back into your three-legged dog for a second. Open it, stir. And then bring the left leg to meet the right. Whoa, almost got hit by a hummingbird. Look out. Shake your booty a little bit. So just kind of pedal, reset the hips. I think they're scary. Good thing they're good flyers. All right, everybody, now walk your hands back to your feet. Pause here in a forward fold. And just let the head drop. So your belly is still active to support your lower lumbar, but try to let the head drop, and then really, you know, kind of shake your head yes, shake your head no. This is a good decompression for the C-spine. and the upper back, but remember to keep the belly tight and engaged for your lower back. Awesome. Now come into a half forward fold. Big inhale, big exhale, drop into a full forward fold. Sit back into your chair pose as you inhale and reach up. Scoop it all in, everybody. Scoop in the light, scoop in the love, and hold here. All right, just kind of reset. I already feel better. Do you guys? I already feel like lengthened, longer, not so sticky. All right, friends, everybody inhale. Good, exhale, hands to the chest, forward fold as you bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you walk out to your plank. And hold here. So remember, I already warned you, we're gonna be doing a lot of core and a lot of plank. So if you need to drop to your knees, please do. If you ever need to take a break, just simply push back like this to child's pose, and then just come right back into either your knees plank or your full body plank. All right, so everybody make sure that you're rolling your shoulders back. Your lats are engaged. The eyes of your elbows are pointing forward, so that gives that external rotation here in the shoulder like this to really stabilize. And it takes pressure out of the shoulders, so you're really using this upper part of your back, your core, tuck your tailbone, and push your heels back. Now you should feel really solid in your plank. Your belly button is pulling through your spine, your ribs are feeling knitted, and your head is in line with your spine, so make sure we're not dropping the head like this. So nice and long. Think about a string pulling from the crown of your head through the heels of your feet and your tailbone. Everybody, 3 more breaths. How we doing? Can't see anyone to yell at anybody. I can only pick on mom.
Yell at me.
Yeah, but you look good. Your booty's not sagging. Pull the belly button in tight. So right here, when we feel like we want to give up and we want to start sagging like this, retuck the belly button, you guys. Really lift from the core. Feel the ribs knit. That's really key. Nice, everybody. Drop to your knees. Push back into a quick child's pose. Take a few breaths.
How many minutes was that?
Hmm?
How many minutes was that?
How many minutes? Mom says, how many minutes was that? A lot. Yeah, definitely. 22. World plank record holder. All right, friends, now we're going to work on some side plank with rotation. So if you want to take a quick peek, I will show you the different options. We're going to start in a side plank like this. So remember, the first thing is that we always want to roll the shoulder back and really almost feel like you're dragging your elbow towards your toes so that you really set here and you set by lifting with the lat, and we're not sinking here or putting too much pressure on the shoulder. Now you can keep a knee down here like this, or you can go into your full plank, whatever feels good for you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing some twists. Now here's the key. We're gonna look through under our armpit, look under your armpit, give yourself a little wave over here, but notice that I didn't shift in the hips like this. Okay, so we are not moving anything in the lower body. The hips are gonna stay stacked exactly where they are as we twist, so that we're really working from here. Okay, so think midsection. So don't let the hips follow you. Sound good? Maybe I'll turn a little bit more to the side for you guys. So everybody find your right sideline plank. Definitely hotter on that side. Definitely hotter. Okay. So right side. First, roll the shoulder back, set by lifting and dragging like you're dragging your elbow down the mat to engage your lats here, either on your knee like this or a full plank. I like my foot in front. It just makes my knees feel better, so it's totally up to you guys. You can stack your feet. Now make sure your hips are even. Lift them higher. Now reach up, inhale. Exhale as you slowly twist. Now don't let the hips shift at all. Look, wave yourself, and inhale as you open. Good, you guys, lift the hips up higher.
We're only doing 3, so don't freak out yet. Reach through. Give yourself a little wave. Open. Hips up higher, don't let them sink. Don't let the hips move. Reach through, last one. Give yourself a little wave. Open. Hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Woo. Release. Roll the shoulder. And then just do our little disco spin for the other side. Good. So release the shoulder. How'd that feel, everybody? Good? Great. A doozy. All right. So then come on down. And we're on our left elbow. So first, rolling the shoulder, really pulling, like you're dragging your elbow. Engage the lat and really lift with the lat. Knee can be on the mat or all the way up. And just find your perfect position first. Make sure to really lift with the lats, lift with the hips. Hips are stacked. Reach up, inhale everybody. And then exhale as you slowly turn. The hips do not move. Give yourself a little wave and then open. Try not to sink into the shoulder either. Everybody lift up higher. Every round, lift up higher. Good. Hips stay still, hips stay still. How far can you twist before you lose your hips moving with you? Inhale, open. Or just short little breaths like I am. I can't really breathe here. Lift up. Good. Reach. Reach all the way through. The biggest twist you've gotten all day. Lift your hips up higher. Reach, hold, lift it up. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Woo! Give your shoulders a little breather. Nice, everybody. All right. To counter this and give our upper body a little break, we're going to do a round of bridges, and then we're going to go back to our planks. I'm going to go this way so I'm not in the sun. All right, so everybody just go ahead and lay on your back, knees bent. All right, so this is meant to give your shoulders a little break. We're going to be working in the lower back, upper glutes part of the core now. All right, so rolling the shoulders back, hands on the mat. Just go ahead and lift into your bridge. Now adjust your feet as you need for your bridge. What you want to make sure is that you can lift your toes up like this, and you could balance on your heels. That means your knees are safe. So I usually just keep my toes up just because. Now everybody, I want you to feel your booties. Give your booties a little grab here, and make sure that the top of the glutes, right where the glutes meet the low back, make sure that's really tight and fired up. That's your target. The outer hips are going to feel really nice and tight. Make sure that's what's activating. Good. Now drop down. So now that we've got it fired up, you're going to bring your feet together. Lift back up into your bridge. We're going to do a little like Jane Fonda love. So right leg comes up. Now you're balancing in your left heel. Make sure you can still lift your toes so that we know we're working in our glutes and not our knees. We're going to tap our booty to the mat 10 times. Here we go. 10, all the way up, touch the sky. 9, touch the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale to lift. Tap, all the way up. Every round, you guys are getting up as high as you can. Poke the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, of course you're not done yet. 1, hold it at the top, high as you can, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop. So your left glute should be on fire. Do a little twist here like this to release. You might need to pound it out a little bit. If your glutes are totally not on fire, maybe adjust your foot. Make sure you're not pushing from the front of your shin and your knees. So you might just need to move your feet away from you a little bit or a little bit closer. So see where it works, where you really get the glutes engaged. All right, so feet together, lift. Now we're gonna lose our left leg. So balance your weight in your right heel and adjust your foot. Make sure your booty is completely on fire. So adjust, touch your booty, make sure it's on. 10 times. Here we go. 10. Lift. 9. Inhale down. Exhale out. Go fully up to the ceiling every round, you guys. All the way up. Good. Can you lift higher? 5. This isn't too quick. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Hold it. Get up as high as you can. Make sure your booty's on fire. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop. Woo. Good. Straighten that leg and then bring the right knee over, or at least the glute. Give it a little pound if you need. Okay, back to the front body, back to the plank. So now our planks, we're going to be swimming. So again, knees or on your toes. I'll show you what we're doing. This time you'll need to see from here. Whee. It's getting hot out here. Woo. Okay, friends, so now we're going to be on an elbow plank and we're going to be swimming. So on your knees or on your toes here, what we're going to look out for is your feet are nice and wide. This will help stabilize you. We don't want any booty wiggle like this. And so what we're going to do is you're going to bring your arms in closer underneath you like this. We're going to reach the right hand out, swim, bring it back in, stabilize, left, swim, and bring it back in. So notice, everybody, you're not here. When you get like this and you reach and you tip like this, you're losing the entire core of this exercise and you're just putting pressure on the shoulder. So do you see the difference of like shifting like this as opposed to core is strong, hips don't move at all, okay? Drop to your knees if you need to. Ready? All right, so your plank, elbows are closer together, but your feet are wider. This is gonna help your hips stay stable. All right, everybody, lock your core, belly button to the spine, knit the ribs, right hand reaches forward and around, slow, back down, left, reach out, swim, back in. Everybody notice your hips. Keep your hips completely square to the mat. Reach out, swim. Only one more each side. Where are your hips? Suck it in. Tuck the tailbone. Reach, swim. Good. Last one. Reach, swim. Awesome, everybody. Sit back into your child's pose. Release the shoulders when you're done. Take a few breaths here. Woo. That's a hard one. That's a super advanced move, you guys, so be nice to yourself if that wasn't your most gracious swim move ever. That is an advanced move, so be kind. 3 more deep breaths. Try to deep breath into your, breathe deep. Oh my gosh, I need more coffee. To the upper back. It's doing a lot of stabilization work right now. All right, and then we go back to our bridge. Second set of our booty work. So go ahead and lay on the back. I have to remember, we're not done in 1 minute. We just started. 11 to 12.
Oh.
All right, everybody, so back into your bridge here. And remember, feet are close together. Lift. What side did we start with last time? I think right. Right leg went up? Yeah. Okay, so now start with your left leg up. So we're balancing on our right heel. Now remember, once you lose your leg, kind of shift your foot around so that you can feel that your glute is engaged and you can lift your toes, staying out of the knee and protecting the knee. Here we go. Tap, 10, 9. Now that annoying exhale is for a purpose. When you go like this, it automatically contracts the core to do the lifting for you. Okay, so really use that breath. Some people call it like the Pilates breath. But you can see how it tightens your core to help you do the lifting, staying out of the legs. Good. Last one, come up and hold. Can you get higher, higher, higher? Feel the booty catch on fire, higher. Now we're gonna pulse for 10 because you're awesome. 10, 9, 8. These are just little bitty taps. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Left leg goes long, right leg crosses over. Slight twist and release. Breathe. Maybe pound it out a little bit. Good. Just take 3 more breaths here in our twist. So this is like pretty deep glute work that you might not notice at first, but maybe tomorrow or Monday, your hips will feel tight. And that is this work that you're doing right now. It's very deep, so it takes a couple days sometimes for you to feel it. All right, help yourself back to center and reset your bridge. So just realign, feet together, and lift into your bridge. Awesome. And now lose the right leg. Shift around your left foot a little bit first, no rush. Find your balance in your heel on the left side. Make sure the knee is more towards the outside of the body and not dropping into the midline. Okay, that'll also help engage the glutes more. Lift up high. All right, everybody, here we go. Tap. 10, 9, 8. Try to punch your ceiling or this guy. The higher you go, the more glutes you will use. Hamstring should be on fire. 4, and last one, everybody hold it. Get up as high as you possibly can. Now only little baby inch taps. Here we go, pulse. 10, 9, 8. 2, and 1. Woo! Okay, drop the right leg long, cross the left over, and breathe. Good, pound it out a little bit. So this kind of twist, you guys, I'm kind of holding my knee up with my hand. It's not like a full twist where the knee is dropped. That way, this is opening and stretching the glute and the hip on the outside, as opposed to a full twist. So just kind of rest your knee in your hand to find the glute stretch rather than the twist more. All right, everybody come on up. Now just roll yourself into a little ball to reset the spine because we're doing another plank exercise. So just kind of roll in your ball, massage the spine, kind of reset. Remember a couple times ago we did that fun like roll to stand thing? That was funny. All right, everybody come up. And then we're just gonna shift over to our side plank again. All right, I'm gonna come to the side again like this. All right, so now we're gonna be beautiful mermaids or handsome mermen. I'm not sure who's all on here. So you can be a handsome merman or we're gonna be beautiful mermaids. All right, so if this doesn't work for you, you guys can just practice your side plank on your elbow, okay? But basically we're gonna be here, your feet are stacked. The right is on, or the left is on top and the right is behind you. We're gonna be making sure we're not sinking in our shoulders. We're really gonna be lifting out like this. And what we're gonna do is be paused here. So this is as low as we're ever gonna come back to, okay? And then we're gonna sweep up like this. So you wanna do one like this to see where your end position is. And then when we come in and we swoop back down, your booty gets super close. And then we exhale to come all the way back up like this. So everybody do one so you know where your starting and ending point is. put this in hand before, but not anywhere else. Okay, are we ready? So everybody roll out of your shoulder. Lift your booty halfway, and then inhale as you sweep up. Lift the hips up as high as you can, higher, higher, higher. And exhale, barely tap. Inhale. Good. Exhale, barely tap. Inhale. Good. Barely tap. Only 2 more. Come on, lift the hips up higher. Good. Barely tap. And up, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Flip like this and just drop into a toe. Woo! That was your beautiful mermaid or handsome merman move. Usually there were mermen in real life class. Okay, everybody, let's try the other side. I can show you from this angle if you would like. All right, so remember, top leg is in front of your bottom leg. Rolling out of the shoulder first, lift, and then see where your end point is going to be. So come into your end point, and then when you sweep, pause, come down all the way, and that's going to be your starting point. All right, so we only have 6. Stay out of your shoulders. Ready? Inhale, lift. Good. Now hold. All right, here we go. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, tap. Up. Good. Inhale, tap. Just kidding. Exhale, up. Good. Down. Exhale, up. Good. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Last one. Tap. Come up. Hold it for 3. Hips up higher. 2. Good. Flip to your plank. Drop your knees and push back. Woo. I warned you guys there was going to be lots of planky core things today. Don't worry. We are done with that business. All right, everybody, go ahead and just come back up and press back into a down dog. And just kind of pedal reset. So lots of shoulder strength today, lots of core and glute strength today, lots of good stabilizer strength in your upper back as well. So if you're sore there, don't panic. There's a lot of stabilization there. All right, everybody, walk your tiptoes to your palms and just slowly come back up. All right, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls here and just kind of reset. All right. All right, coming to the back of your mat. I'm just gonna start to try to lengthen the side body a little bit. All right, ooh, head rush. All right, reach your hands up and then exaggerate and really drive the shoulder blades down, okay? So you should have space. It's almost like you can create a little triangle here. And having space like that so that your shoulder blades are able to really slide. Now everybody zip up your tight jeans and tuck your tailbone a little bit. Knit your ribs, inhale. As you exhale, just gently tip over to the left so that you feel a side body stretch. Now gently turn the right shoulder open and breathe. Good, inhale to the center. Shoulder blades are down, shoulders away from the ears. Lock the core, exhale as you tip to the right. Open the left shoulder up. Good, inhale, center. Good, roll the shoulders down, 1 more on each side. Lock the core, tip over to the left, and then open slightly. Inhale to the center. Shoulders down. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Take a deep breath. Arch the back a little bit. Open the hands into a cactus. Really feel the chest open. Good. Inhale to the center. And then exhale as you fold. Pause here. And again, feel the shoulders heavy and the neck heavy, but keep the belly drawn in to support your lower lumbar. Give your head a little yes and a little no. All right, and then just walk it out. Good. Come back to your plank. Don't worry, we're not doing more plank. We're just pausing for our vinyasa. If you need to drop to your knees, drop to your knees. Forward, down into your vinyasa, and then pause here. So keeping your hands right under your shoulders, we're gonna release the core a little bit. So this is for your stretch. You will feel work in the low back. So roll the shoulders back and down as you press your palms. Keep your chin tucked as you press up into either a baby cobra, full cobra, wherever you feel safe right now. Exhale as you drop. You want to go up high enough where you feel a stretch in the front of the core, but not too much where you feel a pinch in the low back. Inhale up. Elbows are next to your ribs so that your shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good, everybody. Now just put the hands, the tops of your hands on your low back so your elbows drop. And you can just put your right cheek down on the mat. And then I want you to give your hips a little wiggle. Just resets the low back. Stretch in the neck. Gently lift and switch to the left cheek. You can switch hands if you need to. Feel a stretch in the neck. All right, everybody, and then just use your hands to press yourself up. Exhale, and all we're doing is flipping over to our backs. We're gonna now release all the glute work that we did and start to stretch the glutes and the hamstrings and the low back. So just coming onto your back here. Take your left leg up, your right knee is bent. And it's kind of like you're doing a half happy baby. So left leg is here bent and your left hand is going to grab on the inside of your left foot. And now it's easy to get kind of wiggly and all over the place in the hips. Try to stay stable, but you're really thinking about once you get set here, seeing if you can keep your shin kind of straight up and down as you press your knee, like pull your knee with your hand down into your armpit. On like the outside of your armpit. This is a huge stretch for your glutes, hamstring, and low back. So just breathe. The right leg can be kind of wherever you need it to be. Mine kind of drops out to the side a little bit. And as you kind of just hang out here and breathe, you'll start to notice how the body slowly is like, oh, this is a stretch, not a threat. Okay, cool, this feels good. And then as your body starts to release and recognize it's a stretch, not a threat, you can kind of use your hand and pull your knee down even more into the armpit, out to the outside of the armpit. All right, now if that feels good and everybody's feeling all nice and stretchy there, you can try to straighten your right leg. This will definitely increase the stretch, so if that's too much, just stay with the bent knee. It's a big hip flexor stretch on the right. Big glute stretch and hamstring stretch on the left. Nice, everybody. Gently come out of this. What we're going to do is take the left leg that we are still holding on to. Now you're just going to cross your leg like this and almost like bring your foot into your pelvis area. And then with the knee bent, you're just going to let it go so that it's laying flat now, but it's crossed over. Should I change direction here so you guys can see? Good. So now just let this hip open. If that's too much for your knee and you have any knee pain, all you need to do is make this bend a little bit bigger, and you can bring the bottom of the sole of your foot more towards your calf so that you're still getting this opening here of the hip, but it's not so much pressure on the knee. So wherever it feels good for you, kind of like a laying down tree pose. Just really feel the weight of the knee falling to the side and how that really feels good right now, opening up the hip socket. 3 more breaths. No napping in. Now taking that same bent knee that we've been working on, just kind of kick your hips over to the left as you bring the left knee that we were just on the other side. Now cross it over the body. Again, you can hold your knee up with your hand if you want more of a glute stretch. If you drop the knee all the way down, it will twist more in the back and the core, so just be aware of that. Or hold it up like I do and you'll get more of a glute stretch. Doesn't put so much torque on the spine. But it's also really good for you to twist for your organs. So now everybody take really deep breaths into the organs. Pretend like you're massaging your organs with the air. Detox. One more. All right, help yourself back to center and just reset in the middle here. You might want to bring the knees into the chest and just kind of rock a little bit just to kind of reset before we go to the other side. And then when you're ready, great. And when you're ready, left knee stays bent, and we bring the right foot up. You might need to do a couple like kicks like this, like sometimes I do with my hip getting sticky, so that then you're ready to go ahead and grab right foot with the right hand on the inside of the foot. And then as it slowly starts to release, you just really pull the foot down to drive the knee down past your armpit. Now, obviously, the straighter, like the more straight up your leg is, like as opposed to here, the more it's straight like this, the more hamstring. So if it's too much for your hamstring and you're feeling it kind of being uncomfortable for the hamstring, just bend your knee a little bit more, and that should release pressure if it's too much. If you want more for the hamstring, to try to straighten your leg a little bit more. Breathe. The breath tells your body that it's not a threat and it's a good stretch. Remember to roll the shoulders down, relax, give space. Breathe. The last few breaths, see if you can pull the foot down even more, and then if you want, straighten the left leg if you tried that before. Wow, this side is way different than the other side. All right, everybody. If you need to kind of bend your knee a little bit just to transition to the next one, this is where then we bend the knee, bringing the foot either on top of the hip crest of the left side, or that doesn't work for your knee. Remember, you can have your knee at a bigger angle and put the bottom of your foot against your calf.
Billy!
Blocking the camera. It's fine. Everybody's relaxing. Anyways. Breathe. If you want to say hi to Belly, she's in the camera. Everybody can say hi to Belly. Yoga dog? You want to do yoga? Belly.
Just a big black blob. Belly.
Quick breathe, everybody. More deep breaths. And you can help yourself out of here if you need to. Like lift your knee up and then kick your hips over to the right as you slowly cross the right leg over and drop it over to whatever twist feels good for you. So hot. So remember, let's breathe deep into the organs. Massage the kidneys, massage the organs, stomach, intestines. Let everybody help yourself back to center. And again, just kind of rock, bringing the knees into the chest. And first you can start by just kind of pulling the knees into the chest to reset. And then if you want, just give a little rock on the spine. Flipper. All right, everybody, now both hands go on the inside of the feet to do our happy baby. Now you'll kind of see how much space you created. And this is fun, just kind of rock side to side. That'll help open up your SI. So now as you rock side to side, you can see if you pull the arch of the foot down like we were earlier, bringing your knee towards the outside as you rock, to the right, and then pull and you rock to the left. Can you feel like you kind of have this stir and like opening in the SI? See if you can find that. The SI is that big plate bone above your booty that usually gives people a hard time, especially if your hips are tight and low back is tight. So almost feel like you're kind of like shifting around, if that makes sense. All right, everybody. Bring your feet down. We're just going to counter this because we've done a lot of like pinching on the hip flexors by lifting into a bridge here. And then I want you to put your hands under your hips if you can, like this, and see if you can just release the weight and have your hands holding you up. And try not to squeeze the quads, try not to really use effort on this. We're just really trying to release the weight. So allow yourself to just get heavy in your hands. Awesome, everybody. Really slowly come down if you can. Really articulate the spine, one vertebrae at a time, top to bottom, just to be cautious. Good. And give yourself a little wiggle. Now we're going to cross the right foot over the left, and then kind of kick your hips out to the right, and then cross your right over your left hand and reach it over to the other side. So we're like making ourselves a banana. So try to make yourself a little banana shape here without turning over onto the hip, like the side of the hip. So you're really feeling that stretch in the flexor and the side body. Breathe deep. All right, inhale to the center to get you out of here. You can bend your knees, kind of reset before you cross the left now over the right. Trying to not tip over onto the right hip. And then left hand goes on top of the right hand, yeah? And then reach it over to the side, kind of arch. Now breathe deep into the left side body. This is going to release all that awesome plank work that you did earlier. Good, everybody. Help yourself back to the center. Shift if you need to, like windshield wiper the knees a few times. That usually will help reset all that SI and hip stuff. So give yourself a couple windshields, and then I'll give you like a minute or two of Savasana. So do whatever feels good for you. These windshield wipers feel really good, don't they? Ooh, yeah. All right. So once you're kind of settled, if you need to do any other poses before you go into Savasana, please do. We have 2 minutes. And I'll find you a not so crazy song. Just breathe. All right, everybody. Obviously, you can stay here as long as you want. Don't know if they need the Zoom link for another class, so stay where you are if you need to. Breathe as long as you need to. And thank you for being here.